Hey, vacation dreamers. Welcome to Book Solid, the podcast where two travel advisors share insider tips, talk about our favorite destination, bucket list experiences, and everything you need to know to make the most of your next vacation unforgettable. We'll break down what's included, what to watch out for, and keep it real with plenty of laughs along the way, while we help you plan with confidence. Let's jump in. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a really fun episode for you guys. Today we are going to be talking about all the basics of Universal Studios Orlando. So we are going to go through what to expect, what the parks are, some of the resorts, all of the things. So let's jump into this. We got a lot of information for you.
So many things. Try to be broad and specific all at the same time.
Yeah. I guess one of the most important things to note that is a big difference when you book a Universal Studios package is, at least with Disney, their deposit amount is a set amount. Doesn't matter how many people, how many kids, what have you. Disney is $200. That is an easy number to remember. Universal is kind of easy, but it's $50 per person. So if you're a family of five, your deposit is going to be $250. So that is something important to note, that Universal is not a set amount, like a fixed rate, whereas Disney is. So that is kind of something to note, that if you're booking like a package, a resort, and theme park tickets, then expect to pay $50 per person for your deposit.
And I think I heard it might be a little higher for suites,
Possibly. I
but
don't
I
know
could
the
be
book
wrong.
suites at this time, so could not verify.
I think I heard that on the fly
hmm
somewhere. Um, so it's also with Epic Universe opening, Universal is now three theme parks plus a water park. And then they have their City Walk, which is like their shopping and restaurant
Yeah.
area. So it used to where you could essentially get through both theme parks in about 2.5 to 3 days. I usually say 3 days is a nice window to get through both of the main theme parks. But now with Epic Universe, I mean, you're easily looking 4 to 5 days with 2 days at Epic.
For sure. And I've even had people recently reach out to me saying, "Hey, I'd love to do Disney and Universal." I'm like, I mean, we could totally do it. You need to be in Orlando for a hot minute because you're looking at 20,000 steps per day. And I have tried to do Disney 4 days straight in a row. By day three, I was done. I didn't want to walk anymore. I was so tired, and I really wish I would have built in rest days. So it's not like you can't do it, but honestly, after 2 days, I would highly suggest a rest day, whether you're hanging out at the resort, going to Volcano Bay, their water park, hanging out at City Walk, something. I would get off your feet from walking 20,000 steps, because I promise you, you are going to feel it. So, for sure.
And I feel with Universal, I felt it was a lot more spread out and there you had a little bit more of a distance in between like attractions. And especially they have a lot of bigger attractions. So if you're not interested in those bigger attractions, you're going to be walking a hot minute to get to the next um, area that you want to be in.
Mhm. I think because I talk a lot with families that have littles, and I actually had someone recently have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old interested in a combination trip to Disney World and Universal. And I was like, hey, their original plan was to do, I think it was 2 days at Disney and then 3 days at Universal. And I said, hey, this is my personal recommendation as someone who has been to Disney with littles, and just understanding Universal Studios too, because I've done episodes or reels or carousels, however I uploaded them. I've put them on all social media, that talks about pregnant women, expecting mothers, and the height requirements. So
Mhm.
essentially, it kind of works both ways. If someone is expecting a baby, and if you have a baby, Those height requirements go both ways. And unfortunately, Universal Studios is all about thrill rides. So there really is a very limited number of rides that are, you know, available for littles. Not that you can't go, just know there's not going to be as much for the little kids to do. Whereas if you go to Disney, where that's the whole point. There's going to be, especially Hollywood Studios, that's definitely the park that has the most thrill rides. But it's geared more towards the littles and, the babies and, meeting Mickey Mouse and stuff. Universal Studios, not so much. It's geared more towards the older crowd.
Mhm. And I feel that Universal has more theme, I guess I want to say. Areas like you have your Harry Potter, which is so immersive. I would compare it more to Star Wars, to where I don't feel Disney has a ton of like immersive
Yeah,
theming as Universal does.
agreed.
Um,
Especially when you throw in Epic Universe, which is
yes,
highly
for
immersive.
sure.
Highly immersive.
So, and then I would even say like Jurassic Park area is pretty immersive. To where, I mean, Disney, don't get me wrong, Disney has its magic, and this is turning into a comparison episode. Um,
I mean, it's hard not to because they're both in the same area. They're both in the Orlando area. And when people think of Orlando, they're going to come up with both Walt Disney
yeah.
World and Universal Studios. It's just what happens. And everybody knows their competitors. So,
And they're so different
mhm.
too that it's, if you know one, the other one's almost kind of at the complete opposite end. Um, but so I would say that Universal is a lot more, has more immersive areas, to where we said in last week's episode that people, like for Harry Potter, they just go to Diagon Alley or um, Hogsmeade and just
Hang out.
live there for the day. Like that's the whole reason they came. They wanted to immerse themselves in the Harry Potter world. Um, and that's one of the reasons that they go. And like you said, with Epic Universe being newer and having what, four fully immersive
Mm-hmm.
lands now, that it's just, you could spend your whole day probably, I'm guessing, or most of it in Super Nintendo World,
Oh, yeah.
experiencing all the things and um, doing that area.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
So we can kind of break down the parks themselves.
okay.
So when you go to the original two parks, so Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, the only way you can get to those parks because they kind of like how Magic Kingdom, you have to, if you're going Ticket and Transportation Center, you have to get on the ferry to get to Magic Kingdom property. There's kind of like a little river kind of thing going on. So you have to go through City Walk, which is like their little shopping area. Kind of compare it to Disney Springs if you need something to like picture what I mean. Think of Disney Springs or even downtown Disney, like their shopping area. You have to walk through there, go up a couple sets of escalators, all the things. And then from there, you either pivot left and you go to Islands of Adventure. You'll know the difference between the two because Islands of Adventure it has like the rock hill statue thing.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. And then obviously the Universal side, you're gonna see the lake because it kind of spreads out that way, and then you're gonna see the Universal like globe, like the Earth or whatever. And that's when you know you've made it to either park. The nice thing is you can easily walk between the parks. Again, if you want to make a comparison, make the comparison to Disneyland. Disneyland, you can walk in between the two parks easily. Um, Before we kind of jump into each park separately, I do want to mention this that if you're a Harry Potter fan and you're wanting to ride the Hogwarts Express, if I can even talk, you have to have the park to park ticket. This is where you can easily hop between the two parks because you can start on either side of the park. It does not matter if you start in Hogsmeade or start in Diagon Alley. It does not matter. You'll go to the opposite side. So you have to have that park to park. They will not let you on the train. Like there's someone verifying your tickets before you even walk on. And if you don't, then you either walk away or you purchase it right then and there. They will not let you on. They're very firm on that, but you'll go from one side of the park to the other. So you start on Diagon Alley, you're gonna end up in Hogsmeade. So that is the
And Universal knows that people don't understand that they need that park to park ticket.
Mhm.
So, like you said, they put a ticket booth right back there on both sides
Yep.
for that very reason
Hmm.
that they can buy a park to park and upgrade their ticket, but they need it to be able to ride the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah.
And then you'll be, if you started your day in Universal Studios and Diagon Alley, take the Hogwarts Express, then you're in Islands of Adventure and Hogsmeade.
Hmm.
So, and it's a totally worth it experience, especially if you are a Harry Potter fan.
1000%. I can speak as a Harry Potter fan myself. So kind of adding to Islands of Adventure, this is actually, I figured it out. This is the side of the park that I have been to. It's been a hot minute, so I will be getting to the parks soon. So bear with me. But this is the side, obviously, where Hogsmeade is. This is the lot where, like, the Hulk and some of those, I know Disney also has some of the Marvel. There's still that really weird like branding thing of like who actually owns it. So you're gonna see some of the Marvel characters like Hulk, some Spider-Man is still over there, a little bit of it, but that is that side along with like Dr. Seuss. So if you do have littles, Islands of Adventure might be the better park to go to because I have seen the Dr. Seuss land and it is absolutely adorable. As someone who grew up with Dr. Seuss, like it was so cute to see it in person. Um, like we said, Universal, I think one of the things that they do very well is being immersive. Every single land that they have, even if it's the OG parks that have been there for, how long now? 30, 40 years or whatever, still highly immersive, even after all this time.
Islands of Adventure is also going to get you Jurassic
I forgot.
Park and Velocicoaster, which is their other big, um, one of their other big roller coasters.
Yeah.
It and then it also has like the old cartoony Betty Boop, Popeye. Those characters are also over there as well, and the Marvel are not the Marvel that we're used to now with Disney, but they're like the old comic
Yeah.
Marvel characters. And so definitely, I mean, I highly recommend both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Islands of Adventure, I haven't spent a ton of time, but I feel like if you have a big dinosaur fan, even if you don't do the Velocicoaster, there's a couple of kid rides in there. There's a water ride, and then the interactions with
Blue.
some of the dinosaurs, um, Blue, and then they have like a whole kind of, I don't want to call it a museum, but a exploratory space where you can see fossils, whether they're real or not. I'm honestly not sure. But I did walk through there. And so if you have some kids that just want to explore that area was actually really cool. I kind of liked it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of a neat area.
Especially with Dino Land at Disney World gone officially, pretty much.
Mhm.
But that's okay.
That's another day. I'm a little bitter about that one. So let's talk a little bit more about Wizarding World between the two parks to kind of bridge us over to Universal,
Yeah.
maybe. Um, so like we said with Islands of Adventure, you're getting into Hogsmeade, which you'll see, is it called the Hogwarts Castle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because funny story, I
Oh,
was like, the first time I went, I was like, got home and I was like, we never saw the castle. Like, because I think I was expecting it like Disney
yeah.
Cinderella Castle. And I was like, we never saw the castle. No, we did. And we took pictures of it. We just didn't dawn on us that that was what it was. Um, so I said before, I'm a Harry Potter appreciator. I'm not super in tune, clearly. But this is where you'll also eat at Three Broomsticks is
So good.
there.
So good.
It's
Highly
tasty.
recommend. Oh, I was about to bring it up if you didn't bring it up. Oh, it's so good. Love
Did
it.
you do breakfast or lunch, dinner?
It was lunch.
Did you? Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh,
We did
so
lunch too.
good. Oh my gosh, so much food too. I was not expecting to get as much food as we did. Highly recommend. I obviously also got butterbeer at this time because I had to try it and just, experience it myself. Highly recommend. You
Yeah.
can pretty much get it in any form. You can get it hot, cold, frozen, whatever. They even, especially with the holidays and everything, they
Mhm.
put it in different like forms. So I've seen they turn it into like crepes. What else have they turned it into? Like
Ice
I
cream.
yeah, I was gonna say ice cream flavors, so many
Mhm.
other different ways to try butterbeer. So definitely if you're thinking of going to Universal and kind of focusing on Harry Potter, I would 1000% go during like the holiday season. So I'm talking even Halloween. I'm not talking just Christmas, although that would be a really good time to go, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan, but definitely, the last 4 months of the year would be a fantastic time.
Which form of butter beer did you get?
I think it was just cold. I don't think I had frozen.
We did the frozen because I asked the crew member, team member. I asked the team member, I said, what's the best form? Because we had, again, no idea. And they were like, the frozen is best. I was like, okay, give
Hmm.
me the frozen. And she was correct.
Yeah.
Not that I had the other one to compare it to, but I will say it was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Um, you can add Three Broomsticks breakfast onto your vacation package
Mhm.
and get like a reservation time. So
Yeah.
if you want to do breakfast there and that's kind of a must do, then and then you would pay for it ahead of time and then we would set up a time for you to show up. Um,
We'll say really quick about reservations. Again, just another quick difference between Disney and Universal. Disney highly requires like reservations to all their restaurants, whereas Universal, you can show up unless it's something in Epic Universe where there's still a really big crowd, then yeah, you're going to need a reservation, but you can pretty much show up to any of the, restaurants or whatever and, get on the list for that day. You probably won't have to wait that long unless it's like a busy time of year, well then yeah. But they don't have the same system like Disney where you have to go in 60 days in advance and some of those sought after reservations, you don't know if you're going to get them. Universal does not work that way. It's much easier.
the Grinch is going to fill up the
Oh,
meal with the Grinch, and then there's a Marvel character dinner that tends to fill up too. Again, you can add it ahead of time, and it doesn't necessarily need to be at 60 days either,
yeah.
like Disney. But yeah, there's just a few that, and I think coming back out to City Walk, a lot of them use, is it the open table
Yeah.
reservation system?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, um, and speaking, so going back into Hogsmeade, my goodness, we're ping ponging everywhere. Um, back into Hogsmeade and going at Christmas time, they do a like a castle Christmas type show.
That's right.
Last time we went, we had like just a day, few days before it was going to start. So we were sad we missed that. But it was a picture opportunity is on the bridge between Jurassic Park and Hogsmeade is a great picture spot for the castle if you want to get the castle in a picture.
Okay. Noted.
Oh, Um, so then as we take the Hogwarts Express over to Diagon Alley and Universal Studios, I mean, you walk in and you're like, am I still in the same park? Because it truly feels like you are in Diagon Alley. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Um, we did not ride the is that where they escape to Gringotts is attraction, I think. We didn't ride that one.
Yes.
Um, when we first walked into Diagon Alley the first time, people were just lined in that main thoroughfare, and we're like, what is everybody waiting for? And then everybody's just standing there looking towards the giant dragon on the top of the one of the buildings,
The
the
bank.
end of the huh?
The bank.
Is that the bank?
Gringotts. I know all the things.
And we're like, what are they doing? Like, and so we just kind of stood there too, because
One of
monkey see, monkey do. And you could hear it right before the fire comes out. And so we were lucky enough to be able to get that picture too in that video. And then people dispersed.
oh yeah.
That's another fun thing you can do over there is go to, I don't remember what it's called now, the money exchange. And you can exchange your dollars, your muggle money, for Harry Potter money,
Yeah.
is what it's called. I don't know. Is that what it's called?
I don't know,
Harry,
honestly, I
I
don't
don't know.
remember the exact term, but sure. Go
Harry
ahead.
Potter money, to where you can use that exchange money. It's like the old Disney dollars used to be, if you know that, but you can take the $10 you exchange for your Muggle money and use it anywhere in Harry Potter. So if you want to buy your ice cream or butterbeer, you can use that
Yeah.
Harry Potter money. I feel like I'm going to get roasted by not knowing the term of it, but I got Muggle money. Um, so yeah, that was kind of cool to be able to do that, an experience. And the elf, is it an elf? What is the guy? The huh?
Which one? Dobby?
No, no, no.
Oh.
The things, the creatures that you take your money to that are in the bank. Do they have?
Oh yeah, he's like Dobby.
Oh, is he a
Very much so.
Dobby?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
his name is Dobby. My favorite.
Oh.
Or no, they're oh shoot. Dang it. I need my I don't have enough caffeine in my brain. And this is sad because we're watching the movies right now, so shh.
Um, anywho, he talks to you. So they
Yeah.
have somebody actually there, but then they have the actual creature.
Mhm.
Oh, I am butchering this.
Yeah.
Um, that will
I-
talk to you.
It's bad for me. I'm a Harry Potter fan, like big time. And I can't even tell you what it is. Okay, anyway, we're gonna move on from that because it's gonna bother me. One thing to know though, if you're coming to Halloween Horror Nights, which I will have content to share with you guys very soon, literally within the week. This is actually where, so if you go to Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Studios is a park that you will be in for the entire event. It will not be in Islands of Adventure. So something really cool that they do during this event is they bring out the Death Eaters and it'll be in Diagon Alley. And I literally cannot wait. I have seen so many videos of people with their wands and they're having like a dueling fight with the Death Eaters. And it is the most funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. It brings me so much joy to see that they're like, "Huh?" Like Oh, it's so funny. But yeah, this is not something that you will see throughout the year. This is just specifically for the Halloween time period. So as soon as Halloween Horror Nights starts, when you get to Diagon Alley, you are going to see the Death Eaters walking around that area of the park. And I literally cannot wait. I keep saying I'm excited for this event, but I literally cannot wait.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Um, and speaking of wands,
Hmm.
there are stores in both sides where you can pick out a wand. I think there's a whole experience too.
Yep. You have to be
That
select.
extra, okay.
Yeah, you have it's not you can just like show up and have
Right.
the whole Ollivanders experience, having the wand choose you or whatever. It is, I can't remember how many they do per day, but it is a selected, I think they do it at random.
Okay.
It's kind of like first come, first serve, who's there or whatever. But they do have that experience where, you can be in Ollivanders and have that experience just like Harry did of picking out your wand, like not picking out your wand, but the wand chooses you kind of experience. Like they'll go through the same thing, pull out multiple different wands, have you hold it, try cast a spell. Obviously things will go wrong in the shop, and then you finally find the perfect wand for you, which is super cute.
Definitely a fun experience. So moving out of Diagon Alley, right outside, you will see the purple bus.
Yes,
What's it called?
the night bus.
The night bus. And what's fun about the night bus, there is a person or the driver is out front that will interact with guests, but you can walk towards the back of the night bus and there's a little step in to where you can actually see inside the night bus and see what it's set up. So that's kind of fun. And I don't think a lot of people know that it's back there.
Mm.
You can't, like, I don't think you can actually, I know you can't actually like walk into the bus, like there's
Yeah.
bars, but you can step up and see into the bus. So that's kind of fun. Um, and so now we are in Universal Studios.
Mm.
And Universal Studios is kind of, I just had this kind of thought that it is what it sounds like. You're kind of, they set it up so that you're in the studios, in the sets, kind of. I wouldn't say that I overly felt like I was in a set for
Hmm.
the things, but I get the idea to where it's more movies
It is.
and actions than it is like lands that Islands of Adventure is.
Yeah, because obviously this area, this is where Fast and Furious is. This is where the Mummy is, the notorious ride that literally everyone talks about. E.T. is over here. What else? I think Spider-Man is on this side. I can't remember if it's only other side. Okay. What else? They have the Jimmy Fallon show there too. They have Despicable Me, which again for your kids might be a good area. What else?
The whole
Transformers.
Minions area is so cute.
Hmm.
Um, Men in Black. I
Yes.
think you said The Simpsons. I cut
Yeah.
you off. Um, I will say they, towards the back, they break it up into like San Francisco and uh, New York, where Jimmy Fallon is, and
Yeah.
it's very much themed that way. Transformers. is
Mhm.
the other thing that's back there.
Yeah.
Minions Land is super cute. Then they've got a new DreamWorks area, and where we have Trolls and Kung Fu Panda, um,
Shrek.
Shrek. Thank you. I think there was that one. Because when we went there for my first time with a friend of mine, we went that way first, and we're like, we had the whole kids area but it was like right before they completely like sucked everything out because it was like Five O Goes West, Curious George, and then they took it all out and redid it for DreamWorks. And I'm like, I spent so much time in there for them to just take it all out and reimagine it. But it's that they updated it for today's kiddos
Yeah.
um, to make it more applicable. Although I did love me a giant Five O Goes West statue. Um, yeah, the Men in Black is kind of a fun um, ride. Minions area they've really built up to be super cute. One of the thing about Universal that you'll notice too is a lot of the attractions will make you put your bags in lockers, which is very different from Disney,
Mhm.
where you can just take
Take
it with you.
Mhm.
They are free, but they are small. Epic Universe is a little larger, um, but they're like this big. And if you're listening, it's what, 12 by 6? They are very small. Um, and so you stash it in there, and it's usually for the length of the ride wait time, plus a give or take a little bit. But if you leave it in there any longer, then they're going to charge you to get it back.
Yeah.
So you just say a belt bag or a sling, a lounge fly is about as thick as it's going to fit through that
Mhm.
uh, locker.
So yeah, when we get back from our retreat this next week, we will do a special episode talking about Epic Universe, breaking it down, just because it is a brand new theme park and honestly pretty different than the original parks. I feel like mostly because we're running out of time just for this specific episode, but to really spend time talking about this land and why honestly you should be spending at least 2 days at this park, honestly. Just because there's so much to do. Like, we said at the beginning of the episode, you can spend an entire day just in Super Nintendo World if that's where you choose to go. Same thing with Harry Potter World, the Ministry of Magic. You could spend all day there. But we will save that over when we come back.
Um, so, like we mentioned earlier, you're moving, you have City Walk,
Mhm.
which is the hub for the two parks. Um, it is also, so you're going to have your dining, you have some shopping there, there's some entertainment, um, a movie theater, there's a mini golf course there. You have some of your fast foods are there. There's like a melt bread melt somewhere place. Panda Express is there. Cinnabon is there, but I think they're closing it or have closed it. Um, there's a pizza place that's actually really good, and Voodoo Donuts is really good too, as
Yeah.
well as some other restaurants.
Bubba's, the Bubba shrimp from
Uh,
Forrest Gump. I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that's Forrest Gump. So if you've been wanting to go there, they do have that location. It's a little bit closer, I think, to the parks. I think you have to go up the escalator and everything to get there, but I remember there is Bubba's if you want to have some shrimp.
Bubba's, there's Hard Rock
Mhm.
Cafe, Twosome Chocolate Emporium, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
So lots of different, and there's a couple other restaurants there too. You can make reservations. You don't need to make reservations. But I will say too, Universal parks tend to close a lot earlier
Yeah.
than Disney parks. Um, So I remember, I think they closed at like 7 one time when I was there, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do for like the rest of my evening? And City Walk does tend to get a little busy at that time
Hmm.
because that's just kind of where everybody filters out to.
Yeah.
So let us know, or if you have a favorite part about Universal Orlando. Sorry, we kind of like jumped around a lot too, but we hope that we covered the basics of the OG parks and City Walk, that it is a destination now. I mean, it is somewhere where you can absolutely spend easily a week,
Oh,
uh, especially if you take a rest day, because there is a lot of fun things to do
oh yeah.
on the property in and of itself. And we can absolutely we'll do a show coming up about the resorts and what they offer and the perks.
Mhm.
But let us know what your favorite thing about the OG parks is. We'll come back from our trip and share everything about Epic, because that's going to need its own episode. Make sure to subscribe, like. We're all over Instagram. We just started a Facebook page. If you are more of a Facebook person, Spotify, Apple, all the things, we would love to hear from you.
Yes. All right. See you guys next time.
That's it for this episode, Vacation Dreamers. We hope you picked up some tips, ideas, and a little extra magic for your next adventure. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts for even more travel tips and updates. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep planning, and we'll see you real soon.